Man, you know what it is. It's your boy Guess Who. You now tapped into Street Nerds Radio, the #1 station in the streets right now. We got to give a major shout out to our sponsors, MULTIMEDIA, BrightEverything right now. Bag Baby's clothes coming real soon. But we got 2 special guests in the building. 2 people that really go crazy. Okay. Hey, this is a part of this. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves. That's how we do it. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna start with somebody who influenced the game.
Yeah.
Here. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And we got somebody who's finna fuck the game up.
Ooh, okay.
Hello,
you get what I'm saying? Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Y'all already know what time it is, you feel me? If you know me as Nay Renee, then I like to introduce y'all to Project Nay. You feel me? Here we are. Straight with it.
Project Nay, I like it.
I like that too.
DJ Ktone, TREV DJ, entrepreneur, philanthropist, influencer, motivator, educator, all that.
Give the rundown, man.
Pop your shit.
Pop your shit. Yeah. Hey, well, I first want to say I appreciate y'all coming. You get what I'm saying?
We appreciate you for having us.
We're going to start from, I guess, the beginning. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to start with you. We're going to get a short intro real quick because we got to get you in here by yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Really pop your shit.
Yeah.
So for you, where you from and where'd you grow up?
You feel me? I'm from Denver, Colorado. Grew up in Aurora, Colorado. You feel me? Now I reside in Atlanta as of right now. But yeah, it's all city time with me. Colorado, big time. Hello. We working on this project, crazy project, finna drop. You feel me? Like I said, we took a little time out to get shit together, make sure we
got it right.
Got the project all the way together, but we here now. We got something crazy for y'all.
How'd this come together? How y'all? Cause you got a good track record.
Oh, yeah.
When it come to getting artists.
Project Nay. I mean, but I've been down with Nay since day one. But I'm not like, I ain't no label, I ain't none of that. But I really just be behind the scenes, put stuff together. You know what I mean, and help orchestrate and organizing. And I'm still helping manage the career, and I'm just more of a, like I said, I'm more of a manager / uncle, father / big bro / you know what I'm saying?
Big on the mentor, big on the
mentor. You know what I'm saying?
You really popped up on the scene out of nowhere with the rapping. It was like one day it was this, the next day it was like, hey, I'm dropping hits. Yeah. How does that work? How did that come about for you?
For me, I always knew I had something in me, I just didn't know what it was. So when I found it, it was like, okay, this is what it is. So let me give it to y'all because this is what y'all want and y'all like it.
Was
it
easy? Was it easy when you first went into the studio?
It's always been easy. The hardest part about it is the business side. But if you got the talent, then you're good. You feel me? And it's just staying balanced. That's it.
What was the biggest thing that you seen when she started making the music? Did it shock you at first?
I was, because I know her mama and all that, man. So it's like, Nay, what? But I mean, just the energy, and she was hard. I said, oh, Nay hard, for real. And the energy, and she still got the energy to this day. Like, if you ever seen Nay perform, it's a show.
I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man, that first campaign, I said a story that I want to bring up is I was in Arizona on the humbug. Mm-hmm. And we was at Arizona on the humbug, and I started seeing, I was on the poles downtown. I'm like, nigga, that's Nay's face on the poles down there. Mm-hmm. How does that connection work to already be so get the notification or get noticed outside of the city?
So like he said, I had a lot of recognition already in the city because top braider, you feel me? Like one of the top braiders out here. My mama and my family already got their name. So with me, I just took that influence that I had in the city, and I took that with me everywhere I went. Like when I walk in the room, I don't care if you don't know me or if you ain't never seen me on social media or something. You're gonna know that when you leave here today, you're gonna know me. You're gonna remember my face. So when I'm out of town, OT, I'm networking. First thing I'm telling them is my name, where I'm from. You feel me? Instagram, all handles that I have. Let's exchange them real quick. Yeah.
A good question I want to know, and that I ask a lot of people is, what do you tell an out of towner when they ask about the city? Not just the music scene, but just about where we from. What y'all say?
About where we from? Like,
yeah,
what do I tell them?
Like Denver. Yeah, like if they want to know about Denver, what y'all culture like? What's it like down there? What do you tell them?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it just depends on what that. I get people hit me every week from out of town, but it'd be more so, where should we go? Where should we go eat? I just tell them where to go eat. But I do tell them, be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, a lot of people come out here, man, and just feel like, oh, we just free willing. You gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta make sure. Prime example, like somebody hit me last week asking about the clubs and the bars and stuff. Somebody told them to go to Mr. A's. Which is, you know, if that's, and I said, is that your thing? Like, then I had to ask him, like, well, what's your
get down?
Yeah, like, I had to ask him that because I'm like, Mr. A. So they didn't know. I said, well, you might not want to just go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
You might want to go somewhere else unless you with somebody from here or something like that, you know. So it kind of just depends on what they ask me, but I do tell them to be careful. But I tell them where to go eat, tell them where the spots is to hang out. You know what I'm saying?
What do you tell them?
When they ask me where I'm from and I tell them Denver, they be like, what y'all do? Y'all be in skiing? Y'all be in the mountains? I be like, hell no, we stay in the city. You feel me? So first thing they gonna say is, okay, well, yeah,
out there in the mountains.
They gonna be like, okay, well, what dispensaries? You feel me? You go to? You feel me? What? Same thing. Now they want an itinerary. What they should do, where they should be at the areas.
I need top food places.
Tough.
I want
Mine's
3.
is Asian Cajun. Let me go first.
Yeah,
Asian. Let me go first. Asian Cajun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got, let's see, the hibachi spot in the A. If you know, you know. It's called Sakura or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the hood hibachi. Okay. Then what else? Lee, we got the Japanese spot in the Roar Mall. For sure, that's my top 2. My top 3.
And that's what you tell them. Hey, like that. If there's food, this
stop
is what
by
you
the Roar Mall,
Mm-hmm.
stop by the Asian Cajun, boom, and then stop by the hibachi. Great.
So it depends on kind of what you're feeling. If you want some seafood, I'm gonna send them to TK's. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's right up the street.
You know, Welton Street closed down, but you could still be on the 5 Points. You can still order. You got to get you a 6-piece honey hot.
And you can DoorDash Welton still. Remember that.
You know what I mean? You got to leave with some Welton Street. You in the area, you still on the 5 Points, so you gonna have to go to Randall's, get you a catfish sandwich. That's what I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
what about Mexican?
I don't really too much do the Mexican, but I mean, you know, everybody go to damn
Los Delicious.
Los Delicious or what's my other one?
Chubby's.
Yeah, they go to Chubby's.
They on 38th,
It depends on where they at though. Yeah, if they on 38th, sure. Over there on the north, go to Chubby's.
Gotta be the original Chubby's though.
Yeah, not this.
But you know, I don't eat meat no less. So if somebody vegan, I'll tell them what I like to eat. Shoot over there, go to Colorado Boulevard, man. Stop at Native, man. Get you a little cauliflower po' boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
We got some spots. We got some food spots. Or you can go across the street over right down the street in Cherry Creek. Go to Flower Child. Get you something from
Y'all
over there.
making me hungry.
Come on, man.
What got you into that lifestyle?
Man, I just was tired of eating meat and was sluggish, and you know what I'm saying. Then just doing the research and seeing what they doing, all the meats and all that. I ain't want to live like that. But I didn't stop all the meat at one time. I stopped pork, then I stopped beef. Then it was chicken and turkey. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm trying to get healthy, right? You feel me? I think somebody told me not to go cold turkey. Like, don't just think that one day you're gonna wake up and not eat.
It's gonna be hard.
Meat.
No. It ain't gonna happen like that.
What was the transition like for you? What was the first thing that you stopped eating? Pork. So
that was about 12 years ago. But that was cold. So everything been cold turkey. Everything been in January. I stopped everything in January. So So for years I've been fasting every January, but I stopped pork 1 month and then never went back. 2 years later I stopped beef.
What was the hardest to cut?
At that I don't know, because
I know mentally you were there, but what was the hardest thing that you was like, this was my favorite food before this?
So my favorite was chicken, but it wasn't as hard as I thought. You know what I'm saying? Probably maybe beef. Probably the beef. And I thought the chicken was gonna be the hardest because, bro, I'll get me a 6-piece. I'll have me some wings now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I cut the chicken and turkey, I cut that at the same time, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be because I had already cut the other two, so I already knew
the process. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So probably the beef, probably the second part.
Okay.
And if you know Ktone, you know that we be on the road. We be like, oh yeah, we want to go over here. Be like, fuck. Okay.
I know on the road. How does that work for you?
Man,
we just
I know everybody else.
Yeah,
we be finding fire spots.
I just figure it out. But I still, you know what I mean? I still, so I can eat a Waffle House. I still eat some waffles. I still do all that.
Just no meat.
Yeah,
you ordering all
so
sides.
I'm a pescatarian. So I eat some fish. I eat fish. Yeah, I just want to eat no meat. Yeah, all sides.
All
just
sides.
Give me,
Bro,
show me the side
all
menu.
the sides.
Where the veggies?
Right. I feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to switch just a little bit, how would you describe our music culture here to people from? I want to get your perspective, and then I want to get yours because you've been here for so long.
Yeah.
What's your perspective?
My perspective, being in the game for like 3 years now, I would say the music culture in Denver is expanding. It isn't at its fullest potential. We don't have all the resources we need, but it's here.
Would you say, what would be the sound?
The sound is
you?
definitely West Coast. Like, we sisters to Cali, so you feel me? Any West Coast, or they picking up a lot of Detroit vibes too. So I could say that.
Okay. What about you?
So everybody say Detroit vibes, but I think Detroit vibes is Cali vibes.
Yeah, it's all like
Detroit
the same.
music is Cali music, man. Y'all can.
So when I say Detroit, I feel like Detroit brought up that like that Percocet rapping that.
I don't think they.
That like
I don't know if they necessarily
because
created
that
that
did
though.
come from like Mac Dre. I be telling niggas that a lot. Like Mac Dre
they didn't
discovered that sound, but
didn't
now
create it.
they're like dragging it more with the drugs. You feel me? So it sounds like a little bit more slurred out. That's where Detroit stuff come from. Cause Sada Baby's the one that hyped it back up. That's why I think
He
they
going
say
crazy.
that.
But
Yeah, he going crazy.
What?
I just think I don't know if we could just necessarily define it, but it's just a melting pot. You know what I mean? We definitely West Coast influence, but we are West Coast as well. You know what I'm saying? This is really the Southwest region. So I mean, we got a little bit of the South. We got a lot of the West. You know what I'm saying? It's really a melting pot because you can go on the east side right here and hear a lot of West Coast sounding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Influence. You can go shoot out to Aurora. Them niggas sound like they doing Atlanta music or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's a melting pot, man, which makes I think that's what makes it great.
So with me being an artist and coming, like, living in the South Side now, and them hearing my music, like, when I go to the studios and stuff like that, they off the dribble gonna tell me, like, oh, yeah, you from the West Coast, you got West Coast vibes type shit. So
what state do they say y'all from when you go and you open your mouth?
off the dribble, they gonna say California. Yeah.
California, and you been to Nebraska.
Yeah.
And you did Lincoln. You was at college in Lincoln, right?
Yeah, that's in
Nebraska.
Missouri.
That's Missouri.
Yeah.
Why
I've been
did
in
somebody
Nebraska
tell
a
me?
lot, though.
Yeah. How was that in your travels in college, going to Missouri, to a place like that?
I mean, shoot. I mean, Missouri was different. For me. We thought it was country. They think we country. We think they country. We're like, man, y'all country as hell. But they think we just proper. But see, you got to remember too, man. When people think of West Coast, they skip every other state and then talk about Cali.
Yeah.
They don't talk about Vegas, Phoenix. They don't talk about nothing. All they think in their head is just California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? California
Phoenix
is West Coast to everybody. Everybody across the nation, California is West Coast. They forgetting all the other states that make up the West Coast.
Do you think do you think it's harder because California being so big that it's harder for them other places like our city and Phoenix and Las Vegas to get the recognition because of
most definitely
how many rappers is in California?
Yeah, because how many rappers in California, how big California is, how the rappers that already put California on, like the shine is just on the Sunshine State. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's hard for states and cities like where we at because we we landlocked, man. So it's harder for there's nothing around us.
There's nothing.
Closest cities, 6 hours? You got to go to even past that.
Yeah,
you got to go to St. Louis or you got to go Vegas. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing close to us for us to really associate with like that. You know what I mean?
Before I ask this next question, I want to ask, what do you consider making it? I'm gonna ask you as an artist, what would you consider making it?
That's a good question. What do I consider making it? It depends on what my goals were before I start pursuing where I was trying to get. So, making it as an artist?
Yes.
Making it as an artist, I would say, that's a good question.
And the reason why I asked that and why I preface that, because I'm going to ask you too, is when people speak about the city and I referenced Squizzy Taylor, when he's asked when somebody's making it, he says, I feel like my homies Trevor Rich and AP made it because they making money off the music.
Yeah.
That's his opinion on making it.
Yeah.
I feel like, of course, when you say make it, it's all right. Yeah, I got a check off of it. Yeah, you feel me? I got a plaque off of it. But for me, I feel like making it is like achieving those goals that made you want to even start pursuing this. Because it might be, I want to have $1 million, but I might want my family to be financially support. You feel me? I might want my mom to have a restaurant, and that's all I wanted out of this. You feel me? Like, it just depends on what you as an individual want out of it. Everybody want to go to the Grammys and get a Grammy, you feel me, and all that, but
in your opinion, why hasn't nobody from the city made it? Based on what you stated.
I feel like because it's too much competition with not enough resources.
That's a good. I like that. And how do you feel?
I mean, I feel the same way as far as what's making it.
Yeah, like
is making it equivalent to successful?
I would say,
yeah. And if so, what is successful?
What is successful to you?
What is success?
Exactly.
Everybody's definition of success is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I might be okay with this little house on the hill, you feel me, with my little dog. But the next motherfucker might want a big-ass estate, you feel me, with 20 cars and a restaurant at the end of their driveway.
Because, you know, a lot of people would say making it is superstardom. You feel me? I feel like when I ask artists that and about that question, some of the answers I get range from what you gave me to, bro, a Drake song. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Making it is more so, making it, I feel like it's just an opinion as well, opinion based and kind of what you feel is successful. Because somebody might not feel I made it or I'm successful. But nigga, I own my house. Nigga, I got 5 cars. Nigga, my son and my kids is successful. My son out here got a business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My mama don't work no more. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I don't live check to check.
I feel you on that.
I can go buy another house right now. I'm looking. What is successful to you? You know what I'm saying?
What is the next level as far as music you feel like for the city?
The next level, man.
Labels.
Yeah, I think maybe somebody would really come out with a deal, but like you said, that's superstardom, that TV presence. You know what I'm saying? Movie presence.
I feel like there needs to be a hub label here. There's no labels here. You feel me? Like, there's no labels here. Like, we got Bird Gang. You feel me? Bird Gang, the label. You feel me? Shout out to them. They but I'm talking about like Atlantic ain't got no hubs here. You feel me? Sony ain't got no hubs here. Like, you go to LA, you go to New York, you go to Atlanta, they got hubs there. You feel me? That you go tap in. Oh, let me go to their studio session, see if I might run into one of these major artists type shit. You know? We don't have that here. We gonna know when there's a major artist in the city, and it's probably only gonna be for 2-3 days, and it's not gonna be somebody we could get a hold of. You know?
They say I had Spade in here.
Right. Oh, she got to go.
I got to burn out.
Okay, you good.
All right, thanks y'all for having me, Buggz. You feel me? Guess who love y'all?
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate it.
Bright Future Media.
Yeah. All right, so get back to it. We had Spade up here when I talked to Spade.
Yeah.
I said, what do you think needs to help take the city to the next level? And he told me he feels like the support. He says when artists come down here from other cities that they need to check in with somebody.
Yeah.
And if they don't check in, it should be a hard time. It should be a bad visit.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
So first of all, one love to my brother get paid Spade. You know, that's my brother though. You know what I mean? But I agree. And this is something I brought up years ago. And we actually, it was a couple of us that talked about it. And I personally feel like they definitely got to check in with something. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, especially now, like niggas shouldn't just fly into the city, make all this money, do whatever they want to do and pill out. It shouldn't.
Would you consider it checking in or establishing relationships?
It depends on your language. That's definitely what you're doing, establishing a relationship. You know what I mean? Call someone who is maybe a factor or somebody relevant in the city. Let them know you're here. See what resources you can utilize from them. See how you can, give back to this culture here. And everybody's happy.
Would you say that that's starting to change. I do see a lot of artists coming to the city and then tapping in.
Yeah.
As far as maybe with the new promoters that are out, but
with the promoters?
Yeah, not tapping in with the promoters, but when they get here because of the promoters, they tapping in with some folks. Do you feel like? Go ahead.
I just think it just depends who and the relationship and who's what they really here for, who's bringing. You know what I'm saying?
Sauce Walker came. Mm-hmm. Sauce Walker came, drove from Texas.
Yeah,
about 6 cars deep.
Yeah,
and came in here in what I would call
a
good old robbery.
Yeah, yeah.
They came and they established. They got they established. Yeah. They got their money.
Yeah, they got their paper, but shoot, he called niggas he need to call. Niggas hit who they need to hit. Still did. You know what I mean? Made they round. Spent money with black-owned restaurants. Show love to independent clothing design. They you know what I'm saying?
Would you say that we need more of that?
Yeah, I think we need more of that for sure.
Because it seemed like, do you think with the help of Deion Sanders coming that everything, the nightlife going to change a little bit more?
I don't think Deion's going to change, and I don't think the nightlife going to change. I think more well-known and established artists like that will touch the city to go to games and all that. And while they here, you know what I'm saying? They gonna want. Of course, they here. They might want. They gonna probably want to get booked for a show, or they want to do a show, or they want to do something. But so yeah, they gonna have to call somebody.
So I know that you said that when I did my research and looked, you started doing turntables because you got sent turntables.
Yeah.
And then you started DJing like that. At what point did you feel like you knew you had it with the DJ?
Sure. With the actual spinning like parties and
to me, because this is what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, have I dabbled in DJing? Hell yeah, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? I just feel like I had a good music selection and I could keep this motherfucker rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For you, at what point did you feel like overall as a DJ, as the artist and yourself, when did you feel like you had it as a DJ?
Shoot, a couple of years after I really started, when I started really getting booked, when I got booked for when I was still in college, and I got booked for the whole homecoming weekend, and they cashed me out 5-6 racks. I said, "Oh yeah, oh, I'm cracking."
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, I'm cracking.
Was it hard to come back to the city because of that? I know you left for it because you said you wanted to get a job, but was it hard knowing that you could go out there in a whole nother place that you're not from and do what you did?
Well, it wasn't hard to come back to the city because I already knew what I was coming back for, and I was coming back really to just take over. You know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't hard to come back. I initially didn't want to come back at first. I was really hoping I got this radio job. That was my turning point. It was either I got the job on this radio station or I was going to come back home and turn up. You know, and it was just meant for me to come back and turn up. So it really wasn't hard for me to come back.
You show a lot of love to you play a vital part in a lot of these DJs upcoming in the city as far as like that. Now, when you were coming up, there was a DJ quote. I couldn't find the clip.
Who?
He got on Rap City Basement and said the city ain't have no motion.
I don't know who that is.
No.
Nah. Who?
I feel you on that. I feel you. We ain't got to talk about both for sure. The love that you have for the DJs then.
Yeah.
Where did that come from, and being able to lend that helping hand or give a little game to the up and coming DJs in the city?
Man, first of all, I was the up and coming DJ at one point, so I know what it was like. I remember going to the club and seeing Chones and my dude Big Mike and telling Chones. I remember I told Chones one time, I held my little chain up and said, "Remember this name? You remember me? You gonna remember me? I promise you." You know what I'm saying? And Big Mike let me come when I wasn't even living here. I'll just be back real quick.
Right.
And he just let me hop on for 20 minutes so I don't even know if I was old enough to even be in there, but whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you had your purpose.
Yes, but I had my purpose. And you know, them showing me love. And I feel like it's my due diligence, man. It's what we supposed to do, man. We supposed to really lend hands and help out. Why would I push another DJ down or, hey, nah, man. And plus, at the end of the day, the more DJs I help out, I'm helping the culture. Plus, they ain't never gonna let me fall. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And that's just how it goes. We all look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what we're supposed to do.
You started and then you found this artist by Rocky.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you found. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Did you find him?
Yeah. Or he found me, but we turned up.
Yeah. I want to know, how did that come to, because that's what I say when they was here, that you got a good track record.
Yeah. So he hit me on Myspace. Right?
Some of these kids would never know.
Yeah. He hit me on Myspace and I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it. Listen, bam, a couple songs. I'm like, dang, this nigga hard. Right? And reached back out to him and we're like, really, the rest is history, bro. Like, I really just took him under the wing, man. We put out the mixtapes. I took him everywhere I went. You know what I'm saying?
How was that era for you, the mixtape era? Because you couldn't go anywhere in the city and not see at least 15 Ktone mixtapes.
That was the goal. My goal was always, I have to leave my mark wherever I go. I don't care even if I'm not DJing. You gonna see me you gonna see a Ktone shirt on. Somebody gonna have a Ktone shirt. I'm gonna leave a flyer. I'm gonna leave a card. I'm gonna leave a CD. You gonna leave seeing my name on something. Then you might not think about it. You're going to see it again. Might not think about it. The third time, you're going to be like, man, who is it? You're going to check it out at some point. You know what I'm saying? So the mixtape era was, man, that was detrimental in my career. And I think that really helped me get out there, not even just in Denver, just across the country. You know what I'm saying? Because I still have people to this day hit me asking about mixtapes, certain mixtapes, can they order? Like, it's crazy.
What can you remember the first thought of you making your first mixtape? How and what were the struggles of making that mixtape?
Yeah. So my first mixtape ever was called Street Mix Volume 1. I remember it was 8 tracks, but it was really like 20. And I didn't know how to break them up at that time. So it was like mixes in like 4 mixes inside 1 track. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Do you still got any copies of that?
Man, I do somewhere. I'll find it. I gotta find it.
That's crazy.
Man, I got the storage with all that stuff.
How does you are somebody that's gonna go down as probably one of the most influential people as far as the music scene in the town.
That's the goal.
You played a lot of pieces in a lot of people's parts. What made you choose, or what made Rocky be the first artist that you were like, the campaign? Because to me, that was the start of something that changed everything.
That changed everything, man. I mean, Rocky just had it. So
if y'all don't know who Rocky is, that's TREV Rich.
Yeah, TREV Rich.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, but he had it though. Like when I said, man,
what was the song that you was like, this is the one.
I gotta remember. I think the cover was gray and purple or something like that. I can't remember the songs. If I heard them now, I'd be like, oh yeah, that was it. But I can't remember what the songs were.
Was it just something about him that you was
something about him? Like, first of all, he was bussing. I never heard of nobody like from here like really like flow like that. It sounded like it was real easy for him. You know what I'm saying? He was real fly. Like I could tell he was a little fly little nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, he hard. Yeah, let's rock. And plus, I was still, I think it was kind of early in my career. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like, man, we could do something. We could make some noise, which we did.
Which y'all did, and y'all changed a lot of stuff. Yeah. From that experience in the early days with the functions that y'all did and the music that you made, you started doing work with a lot of California artists, Beta Weeda and stuff like that, Fab, all them. How did that connection with you in California come into play?
So that was, all that was around the same time and before, you know what I mean? But big shout out to my brother Young Doe, Interstate Ike, man. We would just always, me and Doe and Elite would go out of town a lot, you know what I mean? Travel a lot. We just through connections and talking to people and networking, you know what I mean? Like we was going to Cali a lot because there was conferences and BT not hip hop, but BT Award, all that type of stuff was going on, and we would always be there.
Who had the foresight to is it? I should say, do you need to get out of where you from to make it?
You got to move around. Even if you don't move, you have to move around. Like, you can't just sit here and record and think it's not going to happen. You got to move around. You got to network. You got to shake hands. You got to take that risk. You got to take these sacrifices and hit these other cities. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way, that's the only way people really going to know about you. And you got to expand, because everybody's not coming to Denver. Everybody ain't coming here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people come here now, but like, there's stuff happening, but ain't nobody just going to
This is a destination.
Yeah, this ain't a destination they have to be at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got to move. You have to move around for sure.
Now, as far as your connections and the people that you have met out of town, what place do you feel like showed you the most love?
Man, I get so much love everywhere, but I love San Diego. I love Phoenix. I love the Bay. You know what I mean? Bay always showed me love, for sure.
Yeah.
And Cali always showed me love. Like, when I DJ in the Bay or LA or Day, like, it's always love. At the moment, Phoenix.
But let's speak about that. You got the Southwest Alliance.
Yeah.
I think, which is a dope avenue for a lot of brand new artists.
Yeah.
How did that come together? How did y'all bring that up and want to do that?
So big shout to Tony O and my brother John Blaze and my dude Roland from Atlanta, man. But it was just a vision that mainly, Tony O really had, but kind of brought us together to form that specific alliance, Southwest. This is Arizona, Colorado, Utah, New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? This Southwest region. And it was really us collective, you know what I mean, coming together and really pushing the line for this particular region a couple of years ago. Actually, it started over COVID. Like 2020.
That was what y'all supplement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest difference between the Southwest Alliance and the core DJs?
Well, completely different. Like, we're not we're not a coalition of DJs. It's not a crew. We're not a crew. None of that.
Yeah, there's podcasts, all types of stuff. Yeah,
influencers, all that, and we're really focused on this region and artists. Like, we're not pushing DJs, but we want a collective of influencers. That's why we call them influencers too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Influencers that can help push the line on this region's music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the artists. We get behind artists from these regions that have less of a voice. And you know what I'm saying? And really put campaigns behind them and push them, and, really get these labels to pay attention to what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
Big shout out Def Jam. Def Jam fool with us tough.
Man, hey, you see a lot of people say, like, Def Jam be in the city and they really listening to what we doing. The core DJs, how did that come about? Because I feel like that conglomerate of DJs is heavy hitters.
Oh, big heavy, been heavy.
Big heavy.
I mean, core DJs, big shout out Tony Neal. Tony Neal started the core DJs. Shoot, I don't even want to
put no years.
15, 18 years ago, maybe. Something like that.
It's been around for a gang.
Yeah, and really the core really focuses and gets DJs who are influential in their markets. You know what I'm saying? You influential in your market, you cracking, you probably in the core, or should be in the core, or will be in the core at some point. You know what I'm saying? So the core DJs is a collective of, just think of a big old DJ organization with all the DJs in their prospective markets popping. You know what I mean? That's what
so the network, and to me as an artist, that would be, you would want to fuck with a DJ in the core DJs or in a group.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's like you get your music out there.
Yeah, faster, easier, quicker. Like we in the whole core DJ group right now. If I went in there right now and said, I need everybody to watch this podcast, StreetNerdz, which I'm gonna do when it drops.
Yeah.
In the link. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bam. That's a whole network right there. Hundreds.
People that is just gonna tap in.
Or you know what I mean? We dropping this rate like we do it all the time. I just downloaded the crate somebody put in there the other day, and I'll download it only because of who dropped it in there. I don't even know the artist. I'm gonna listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
What artists? Because there's been hella artists that came from core. What artists could you say that you've seen early on that before it was really there that they got there though?
What through the core? Or?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, man, a couple, man. Young Jock, for sure. Man, there's hella artists.
What as a up and coming DJ, I want to get into this shit, right?
Yeah.
What game would you give him? I haven't got no equipment yet. Yeah. I just know that today, I want to be a DJ and I want to know the first step. What advice would you give him?
Well, really, why you want to DJ? What are you? What's your
purpose?
Yeah, what's your purpose with it? You know what I'm saying? And then I tell them, I mean, no matter, because now, you know, times is different, man, as far as, you know, like with equipment and what equipment you should get. Like the times is different, so it really don't matter what you get, man. I just think young DJs should go into it with the right mentality and the right purpose. You know what I mean? Because somebody might tell you, I want to go into it, man. I see y'all be having all the women, all it. That don't even make sense.
That don't make no sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like some of the art that started with DJing is getting kind of lost with some of the new technology that they coming out with?
Yeah, I think technology makes a lot of professions lost. Yeah, and I mean it's like you're not learning certain skills, you're not learning certain ways, you know, that a lot of us learn that you really should know for the culture. So yeah, I think technology be a gift and a curse.
When did DJ Ktone shift from being a DJ to being just Ktone the brand?
Well, Ktone the brand it's always been Ktone the brand. The DJing, man, I think the DJing really is and was a stepping stone. I've been Ktone since I've been in 6th grade. You know what I mean? Ktone is the brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The DJing was just a catalyst to everything else.
And what does Ktone work on now? Because now you got the birthday bash that is now mental health.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's talk about that. Like, what took you on your journey to mental health?
Shoot, for real, years, man. Some years back, you know, when life really just hit you. You know what I'm saying? And you're going through it, and in your marriage, and you're like. Your career might not be cracking as hard as it was or wanted to be at the moment. You got these kids. You got life, man. You know what I'm saying? So when life hits you, you know, sometimes life just hits you, and you kind of just, you know, you got to figure it out, man. So I think around 2017 is when I started probably going to therapy. Around that time, or maybe a little later, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And at some point, you know, you got to really take care of your mentals, man, your mental health.
What was the hardest part to overcome with therapy? I think for me, because I just started going to therapy.
Yeah.
Seeing like the mental health. At first, to me, I could say that I was probably the stereotypical person who was like, man, therapist, man, you know, why would I want to do that? You know,
but that's all of us.
Yeah.
Or not
what was the hardest part for you, like, to get over? For me, it's opening up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Up. That's me too. Opening up, really sitting down, trusting this person that I don't even know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, okay, you know what I mean? But you got to realize too, man, like we grew up not even, nobody taught it, this wasn't cool to do. We thought this was, quote unquote, some white stuff or some rich stuff. You got to be rich for this, or you got to, but really, no, we really should have had someone to talk to, or a therapist or counselor or some to do this as a kid.
You said that mental health is something that really plagues our city. Mm-hmm. What do you think it can help outside of what do you think that you offer as far as Ktone and like the mental health? What do you look to offer some of us men who are following what you're doing and trying to get our mental health right?
Man, first of all, I just want to I hope that I'm offering hope and influence, and that's cool. Because my whole thing is I want therapy to be cool. I want therapy's cool. Taking care of your mental health is cool. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to do this. And when you fool with me and fool with everything I'm doing, we resources. Even little stuff like right now, me and Squizzy, big shout out to Squizzy, Celebrate Life Foundation. We started a book club for men. Okay, no, reading is actually cool, guys. We ain't just, we gonna do it with you. We're gonna read a book a month together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling people to do nothing that I'm not doing.
Leading by example.
Gotta lead by example.
How do you balance your life as being a full-time entrepreneur, full-time father? Yeah. How do you balance life? I
think at this moment I can't even take all the credit, bro. My support system's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? My support system crazy. That's the only way I manage. From here on out, from this day, this interview to this, I can't take the credit no more, bro. And I realize it's not even, I can't take the credit, bro. Big shout out to my mama. My mom, shoot, bro, she do so much. My mom, my team, you know what I'm saying? The mother of my kids, like the mothers of my kids, like I can't take the credit, bro. I got help, you know what I'm saying? And by them picking up a lot of slack for me, like with my kids and doing all that helps me be able to, okay, now I could be over here, do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't take the credit. Yeah, I can't take the credit. I got my support system.
What would be the best gem or advice you would give your younger self before you got that shipment of the turntables, before you got that internship at the school radio station? Yeah. What would be the biggest wisdom you would give yourself?
That's something I would have to think about. But I mean, there's you know, a couple made some mistakes along the way. I'll probably tell myself to dang, I don't know. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I might have to come back to that.
Hey, because and the reason why I asked that question is because just for myself, I try to do better every day. Yeah. And so, you know, I think about some of my past stuff and I'd be like, what would you have told yourself back then that could maybe have not changed the trajectory, but may have turned the situation upside down a little bit? It's because I feel like nowadays a lot of people, when you get to talking about what they've been through in therapy, that's what my trauma from a child, from growing up, it was, you know, everything from your past. What would you ask yourself? Or what would you tell yourself? Or what motivation could you give yourself that you feel like would make your mental a little bit better now? And I think it's a lot needed for a lot of these younger gentlemen, young men I see, because we got a lot of people in our city, a lot of younger generation who really ain't got no guidance.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you just, I feel like I was the same young dude who was like, I'm not gonna listen to the K-Tones, you get what I'm saying? Because I thought I had it figured out.
At some point, we got to figure, why are we like that? You don't want to listen to somebody older or somebody who's experienced or if somebody's doing it. Why don't you want to do that?
Maybe because of the examples that I can only speak for myself. Yeah, where I'm from. 5 Points District it's changed over years. Yeah. But the big homies is doped out. Yeah. Big homies is alcoholics. Why am I going to take advice from them? It wasn't until my uncle, he was in Jurassic Park. He's a victim of drugs. I asked him, he said, we the perfect people to ask. Because we gonna tell you, we showing you what's wrong with it. Yeah, I could tell you not to do crack. I do crack. Yeah, but it's you see the effects of what it doing to me. I'm outside, sleeping outside. I look crazy as hell. But for me growing up, that's why I didn't go get advice from them. Because bro, you on dope. Right. You an alcoholic. You get what I'm saying? You don't take care of your kids. Right. You get what I'm saying? Why would I take advice from somebody like that? And then it seemed like people like, at that age, like the K-Toners or the DJ dramas or these people that you see that are influential, it's kind of be like, you're kind of out of touch. I can't go get a conversation with you. We didn't have access like we do now. Right. I hit you on Instagram. It was like, hey, bro, come in. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have that access back then. Right. Do you feel like now is a better chance for the youth?
Yeah. I feel like, you know, it's a better chance for the youth, and I feel like there's really a lot of resources out here if we utilize them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of our job too, and that's kind of what my foundation job, a lot of the foundations out here too, is to get the resources out there for the youth, for help. Like there's so many different things for the youth, and to not, okay, that ain't the route.
Right.
That's the route we got. You can do this, or you can be involved in it. You know what I'm saying? They out there. But, you know, a lot of time, what I be seeing right now, man, you know, man, the streets is
addicting.
Yeah, it's addicting. That, you know, they talk loud, like it's appealing. You know what I'm saying?
What made you steer clear of all that? Because I mean, we had somebody up here who was like, it wasn't a choice for me. Like it was this or nothing. You feel me? What helped you stay clear being from Park Hill? That made you be like, I ain't gonna participate in that. So
yeah, I mean, sometimes it was hard because you gotta remember, man, I had to go to school, get off the bus, walk past the Holly to go to Skyland to practice, walk past all the gangsters.
Yeah.
But I remember walking past big shout out to my nigga Lil Bo Peep. I remember he was a couple years older than me, but he used to tell me like, nigga, Tone. He wouldn't even call me Tone. He'd call me, but at that time my name was still Tone, but he would call me, come out, what you doing? You going to practice? You better be at practice, nigga, don't end up over here with us. Nigga, ask him right now, Lil Bo Peep, look him up, find him. When you talk to him, he'll tell you, Eric Mosley. You know what I'm saying?
He said,
all the bloods.
Don't come over here with us.
Make sure you don't come, nigga. You going to practice? Go get to practice, nigga, hurry up. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think them figures play a vital part in what you, in this?
Yeah, I think so. Plus, you know, I mean, I was always a little different too, man. Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. Like, even to this day, man, it's like, man, some stuff, man, I'm good. I don't want to be around you niggas. I don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I kind of knew what it was. I had my first homie got killed coming up out of 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, you know. But I always did have homies who was active. It was just, I don't know, Brent. I just found the balance. You know what I'm saying? Because I was right there. I was right there with them. I could either do this or do that. You know what I mean? I just chose to do this. I might be over here on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just what it was, man. I think it's just really just being smart. You know what I'm saying?
What does your 2023 look like?
Man, okay, so this is some game I'm gonna give y'all a gem, man. I have a word for 2023. Everybody get you a word that you feel, you know what I mean, you want for your life. And my word is abundance. You know what I'm saying? Abundant everything. Abundant health, man, abundant wealth. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have abundance. You know what I'm saying? Everything I do. I'm growing abundantly. You know what I'm saying? Abundant. If I'm investing in abundant properties, abundance.
That's my everything.
Yeah.
For 2023.
Yeah.
What about what you got going on in March?
Yeah.
We still calling it the birthday bash?
Yeah, it's the birthday bash. It's still the birthday bash.
So what do we have going on for the birthday
Big
bash?
shout out to Denver, man, to the city, DJ Ktone Day on March 2nd.
Whew.
But for the birthday bash, we just refocused it, because you remember the birthday bash was just a lot of parties and concerts.
A lot of turning up. Yeah. 7 days straight.
Yeah. But we just refocusing that to focus on mental health and wellness. We still gonna have fun and party and all that, but I'm doing a lot of give back. So I mean, I'm giving back to some of the black-owned restaurants and stuff. We're gonna do a restaurant day. You know what I mean? I'm reading the kids at Stedman Elementary. I'm doing stuff with big shout out to East High School. We're teaming up with East High School. We're gonna do a give back to East High School. We're doing bowling again, but the bowling is a fundraiser. You know what I'm saying? Which is gonna ultimately give back money to help me do these programs and stuff. I'm doing. So one of the biggest things is the mental health luncheon. That's what you should come to too.
Yeah.
The mental health luncheon during the day on Saturday is real dope, man. We have a luncheon. We have a panel. Food is free. Everybody just come free. Just got to register. We have a panel of people, and we have an open discussion, dialogue. We have the topic. I can't remember the topic off the top of my head right now, but the topic last year was, I think, reconnecting the family through I can't remember, but basically reconnecting the family. This year is something else. which I think has something to do with depression and something. But we have a panel discussion, and then we break off into the youth has a group, the men have a group, the women have a group, and everybody breaks off into their groups. And then it's, a little more personalized. And that's, kind of what we was talking about with this, basically like a therapy session.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just so amongst your peers.
Yeah. So we do that, you know what I mean? Plus, on top of that, we got a couple shows. We got a party Friday night, and then I got a show I'll tell y'all about. I can't drop it till next week.
Right.
On Saturday night. And then a fundraiser. So the bowling is Sunday, and then a fundraiser for my scholarship program Sunday as well. You know what I mean? So most of it is community and give back, you know what I mean, mixed in with a comedy show and a couple parties here and there. You know what I'm saying? You got
a scholarship fund for students.
Yeah.
I think it's hella dope.
Yeah.
What was it like? What is the mindset when you're going to find these students that you want to go help and bless into college where people say, man, really, it's just all money.
Yeah.
And college is really expensive.
Yeah, college is expensive, and that's why I do it. I went to college, again, I was one of those kids. You know what I'm saying? I actually made it through college from scholarships. Like, if I didn't have them scholarships, bro, I wouldn't have made it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even been able to pay for college and really get through and eat, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really had scholarships like this. So I feel, again, it's my due diligence. Why if I'm able to, why would I not help other students who I know? And even though, and my stuff is, I know it's not super big, but it's $500. You know what I'm saying? You could do something with that.
Hell yeah. Your son's decision from Iowa to CSU Pueblo.
Idaho? Yeah.
Idaho. My fault.
Yeah.
What was that conversation like? What was the wisdom that you gave him as far as his decisions going into Idaho and then him leaving?
Well, I kind of let him make his own decision. I've never been to Idaho, but I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying? But I know for him, he had a bigger purpose. His purpose was football. You know what I mean? So we, the whole time, man, it was actually kind of rough those couple years, you know what I'm saying? Because Idaho is not a place for us. I'll just say that. You know what I'm saying? Idaho is not a place for us, so it's real mental. So if your mental's not intact and you don't have that support system, it can get hard for you. You know what I mean? I'm just glad he was able to even have the ability to get out of there, and places still wanted him bad enough to make everything happen that happened, and he was wanted to do that and was able to do that, you know what I'm saying, and leave, and this decision is better for him. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel the progress in seeing your children flourish?
Yeah.
What is that feeling like for you? Like to be able to see them like really doing their thing and living by some of the little gems that maybe you didn't even know they took from you. What's that feeling like? Man,
it feels good at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And for me, sometimes it's hard for me with my oldest, because it's like, man, he got to go through certain things. I necessarily don't like watching it, but I know he has to go through it. You know what I'm saying? He got to go through it to get to it, but he know we there. You know what I'm saying? He know we there, but I know he has to go through things, figure some things out on his own, and at the end of the day, I just know he's gonna be good because of what was instilled in him.
Is that hard to not intervene when you know you can help?
Oh, definitely.
I think for me, when my kids growing up, I think that's something that I want to get to a place, because now I feel like, man, look, you can't talk. I'm gonna come. Let me come over there and help. When I know sometimes that I just need to be like, let them figure it out.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to not to like? Is it hard for you not to intervene?
Yeah, and I mean, we still help. I still help. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Sometimes it is hard. It's like, man,
like with a breakup, like there's like I can't imagine the day I have to talk to my daughter about.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna want to hurt the little dude. Yeah. You feel me? Like,
but he's still more focused on his athletics and stuff too, man. So. It's different, he just go through different stuff, but I just know he's gonna be a better person at the end of the day, a better man at the end of the day, going through it. You know what I'm saying?
before we get out of here, top 5 artists on the rise.
On the rise.
I don't want the artists, the APs and the TREV who we know doing their thing. I want 5 artists that you feel like then came across your table. It could be from the town, it could be from anywhere else, Phoenix, anywhere. 5 artists
that people don't really know
that
or
they need to get familiar with real fast.
And don't say Project Nay either.
Don't say Project Nay because we know. Yeah, nah.
5 artists on the rise. Can I say 100 Pack Savvy?
Yeah,
I feel everybody needs to know about 100 Pack Savvy.
His man. Did you see that shit? He shutting down schools.
Yeah, 100 Pack Savvy for sure. I think 100 Pack Savvy one of the top in the town. You know what I'm saying? I think if an artist come to the city, you need to work with 100 Pack Savvy.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? Savvy, I say, although he's been around, bro, his music crazy, the new project crazy, and I think he hasn't been heard enough is 5280 Mystic. Stuff hard.
Hey, bro. He is gasoline. Does everything. Beats, core,
everything.
Yeah.
Go to Mystic Studios. You can get you a verse, a beat, and they'll engineer.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? So them 2 for sure. Who else I like? It's a young cat out of AZ named Slugger 2 Times.
Slugger 2 Times.
Actually, AZ got some heat, man.
I like C.O. Yante.
hard.
It's bananas.
Added up Kevo's hard. Have you heard of Added Up Kevo?
I haven't heard of Added Up Kevo.
Added Up Kevo.
But
yeah.
I like Arizona's music scene out there. I feel like they support.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they support.
I feel like they support.
But it's similar to where we at. You know what I'm saying? Arizona and Denver is very similar. Honestly.
A lot of people don't know that though.
Yeah.
You gotta go stomp down to Arizona to know that.
Got to.
Yeah.
The best thing, it's just heat, cold. You know what I'm saying? Heat and cold, but it's very similar. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bro, I want to give you your flowers.
Yeah,
I know
a
lot of shows they be giving flowers, but I really mean it. From the game, from what you've done for the city to being accessible to people to be able to reach you. Bro, I just feel like what you've done for the city and what you continue to do is amazing. Right on. And it's only right that I had you up here, and I appreciate you for blessing me with the opportunity, Brody.
Off top, man. And you know you doing your thing, man. And I support that, man. I know you pushing. I see you getting your content up.
Yeah,
you know
I'm trying to. You feel me? Yeah.
So I got to be part of that early on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, I appreciate you. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors again, Bright Future Media. Bag Baby's dropping soon. You got any? You stay big on the fashion. Who you got? I mean, what you rocking?
I'm rocking this pay. Big shout out to Six. Send my check. I'm rocking this pay. I'm rocking this this what I got on this
FaceTime with Tempest
hoodie. I keep something from the town on if I can. Which, shoot, man, that's really all I'll be wearing, man. I keep something from the town. So make sure, send me something, man. I'll wear it all. I'm always doing a video, a photo, a club, a party, or something. Send me something, man. And you know, we do I still do the For the City Fridays, man, to where I still, you know, I post about it and shout the vendors out, and you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
So send something in, man.
Send something in. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Full episodes of Bright Everything. Make sure you subscribe to StreetNerdz Radio. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell to get notified for all this dope content. And we out of here.
Yeah.
Boom.